What is going on, lads, and welcome to episode 3, I think this is, of Livecom 2 Division 1. So I haven't done this for a while. Like I said in all my other videos, I've just been really busy with university. I had 2 essays, well, an essay and a practical report in. If you don't know what a practical report is, it's basically a scientific research document sort of thing, like a research paper where you do an experiment and write it up. So that's why I haven't made a video for quite a while. Just been really busy. But we are going to crack on with this video, and before we do, make sure you go and check out FIFA Coin Traders if you are looking to buy some FIFA coins. Their link is in the description. Nice and reliable way of getting your coins. But as you can see, this team is a little bit tired, and that ugly bastard in the corner hasn't got any contracts, so we're going to spice it up a little bit. And we're going to move over and have a little go of the Everton team. So, just need to move this guy off the bench so we can play. I've got a couple of contracts, so I could sort it out if I really wanted to, but we thought we'd give the Everton team a go. It's a pretty good team, you can see there. Seamus Coleman's a good player. Kevin Morales is an extremely good player, and so is Fellaini. So it's a pretty solid team. We haven't got a right back because Tony Hibbert is a bit bad on this game. I mentioned him in my scout squad build the other day. He was in that team. 19 shooting, just laughable. So we don't put him in this team. We've gone and got Johnny Heitinger. So we're playing 3 centre backs, and we've just put one of them at right back instead. And that is the cup tournaments. We don't want to be going into that. We want to be going into the seasons. So you can see we have had 2 wins so far, which is pretty good. So we are on track to get promotion. We just need 1 more win for promotion, 2 more to get ourselves the cup. Hopefully we'll get the cup. I'd be really surprised if we didn't, especially as this is Division 5. I class myself as a reasonable FIFA player, so I would be horrendously disappointed if I didn't manage to win the tournament in this one. So I've got a couple of things to talk about. Since I've decided to do this series, every now and again, when I think of something that's quite interesting or a topic you guys might be interested in, I still need to get myself some decent kits, don't I? They're quite similar, actually. Hopefully I'll be able to tell the difference on the pitch. I just like make a note of it on my phone or something like that. This guy's team is terrible, so we should absolutely batter him. Hopefully he doesn't rage quit, because I've got quite a decent story for you. Basically what it's about is little kids. Like everyone says, little kids these days, oh, they're so scallies, and I wasn't like that when I was little, but I've had quite a few run-ins with the kids in York, where I live in uni. So I don't really know how to put it. It's just like when I was little, I know I'm not from the nicest of areas, stereotypically anyway. I come from Liverpool, obviously, as you can tell by my accent, and Liverpool is not a bad city these days. Like, since we won Capital of Culture in 2008 and got a massive load of funding put into it, it's actually become a really nice place, especially in the city centre. It's been done up so much. Like, it originally started off as it's a free kick. I don't know why we got that free kick, but we'll take it anyway. Hopefully we can bang this in with Baines, because Baines' free kicks are absolutely unreal. Come on, Leighton. Is it going in? Is it going in? Oh, I reckon that was close. It was close. We'll give ourselves that. Wasn't too bad in the second minute. So yeah, Liverpool started off as a port, so it's got a massive dock, and recently the Albert Dock's been done up. It used to be all factories and stuff like that, and they've done it up and turned it into really nice apartment buildings and stuff like that, hotels, everything. So it's really nice. There's a massive arena on it where there's all sorts of concerts and shows and stuff like that, called the Echo Arena. That'll be because the paper in Liverpool is the Liverpool Echo, so it's just sponsored by them. So we've got that. We've got loads of restaurants. There's one of them big massive wheels that you see like in Manchester. There's one in York, kind of like a mini version of the London Eye, and for like a £5 or something like that, you can go on and get spun around a couple of times, and it tells you about all the skyline and shit like that. So that's reasonably interesting. So Liverpool is getting done up a lot. There was a massive project called Liverpool 1, which is right in the city centre, so it's like the postcode L1, Liverpool 1, so obviously that's literally as close to the city centre as you could possibly be. It's the original postcode. So back in there, they've just done everything up, so they built a massive new shopping centre. If you haven't been to Liverpool and would like to, that is a quality goal by Kevin Morales, abusing that pace there. If you haven't been, and I would really recommend that you go, it's a really nice shopping centre. It's got a park at the top with like a Hilton hotel overlooking it and stuff like that, and loads of restaurants facing out onto the park. My personal favourite being Las Iguanas, which if you haven't been to, you really should go to that as well. If you are old enough to buy cocktails, the cocktails are absolutely insane from there. Like, it's one of my favourite places to go and eat. It's South American, so they serve all Mexican food, Brazilian food, Latin food, stuff like that. And then the cocktails are just absolutely amazing, and they are 2 for 1. Oh my god, Steven Pienaar. I feel like this is going to go to a rage quit, and I'm not going to get to tell you the whole story, because I'm still just doing the background and stuff like that. So, like I was saying, I Liverpool is actually a really nice place. Where I actually live in Liverpool is maybe 5 minutes outside the city centre by car, and it's not quite as nice. If you do geography, you've got the CBD, which is right in the centre, and you've got the inner city, which is just on the edge, and I live in the inner city, so that's where all the terraced houses are and the factories and stuff like that. So it's not as nice of an area, and there's been like people stabbed, and a couple of years ago there was a guy who, I'm not doing any justice for Liverpool's reputation here, there was basically, if I had to open my door from the entry, from the yard, or the garden, whatever you want to call it, into the entry, there'd just been a guy who was dead there because he was living in the house at the other side of the entry and got beaten to death by one of his girlfriend's brothers. So that's pretty grim. And then The Secret Millionaire, if you've seen that on Channel 4, actually came to Bootle, the place where I live in Liverpool, to like help out and stuff like that. And they give like me sister's dance some money to fund all the costumes and stuff like that. And he was living in the street by mine, and just as they came and started filming, right on cue, some guy gets his hand chopped off at the bottom of the street over some like drugs or gang war or something like that. So I don't exactly come from the nicest part of Liverpool, so I'm pretty robust when it comes to scally kids and people just being a bit, what's the word? I can't think of the word without saying scally, because that's just what I call it in Liverpool, but no one actually knows what I mean when I say a scally. So it's sort of like a scrotty little kid with a horrible attitude and just not a very nice kid, if you know what I mean. They just hang around on street corners and they're like 10 and just give abuse to everyone who walks past and stuff like that. So I'm pretty robust to them, but these kids that I've seen at uni are just absolutely unreal in this part of York that I live in. It originally started when I came to view the house. We asked what the area was like, and they said it's pretty good, apart from the kids are a bit dodgy. And I was like, well, what do you mean dodgy? They said, oh, one of them knocked on the door once and asked for money, and I gave them 20p and they just won't leave me alone now. And I was like, well, first of all, you're a bit thick for giving them 20p, but it's 20p, kids, come on, just leave the poor girl alone. But I've now experienced this, and like I was walking my girlfriend back to the station in York. She'd come to visit, and I was walking my girlfriend. We were walking back along there. I was taking my bike so that once I dropped it off at the station and she got on the train, I could just bike it back and it wouldn't take me as long to get home. And I got around the corner and I realised I'd forgotten, Jesus, that was a cross. I realised that I'd forgotten my helmet, and being a good boy as I am, I always wear my helmet when I ride my bike, and I've got my lights and stuff like that on the front, just because it's not very safe when you're riding on a bike in a city. The car drivers are so obnoxious about it and just don't give a fuck that you're there. Like, there's bollards in York where you have to stop if you're driving down one side of the road. It's to break up the traffic, so you have to stop in front of this bollard and wait till the traffic on the other side's stopped so you can drive into their lane and go around it. But if I'm coming towards them and they've got to stop at the bollards, because I'm on a bike, they literally don't give a fuck and just drive straight at me and just try. They basically come inches from knocking off my bike, but they don't care because I'm on a bike and they're all white van drivers. And anyway, so I left my girlfriend just around the corner from my house and ran back to grab my helmet. Dodgy from Howard there. And when I came back, there was this little kid standing there talking to her, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And when I got there, he was telling her how this was his bike and he was taking it off her and all stuff like this. And I was just like, mate, just ironically get on your fucking bike and do one. Because I don't know, he must have been out 12. And I was just like, this is a bit weird. Like, I've experienced scratty kids and stuff like that, but I've never experienced them coming up to like someone like 19 fully grown and being like, I'm taking this bike off you, this is my bike. And it was just like, are you actually serious? Like, who are your parents? Who's brought you up, and how have you got to like this? And then I experienced it a couple of days later again. Me and my mates, when we first moved into uni, went to play frisbee. So we used to live on campus in uni, obviously in our first year, and there was like a quad of 4 apartment blocks, I suppose you could call, flats, facing into each other, and there was a square in the middle, so obviously you can play football and stuff like that in this little square. So we got like an aerobie and a frisbee and shit like that, and used to play that in there, and cricket and stuff, like quick cricket. That was a nice little finish from Fellaini, but absolutely dicking this kid over. So we used to play that there. And then when we got to uni, when we got to our new house, there was just a park over the road, and we thought, oh, we can crack out the old frisbee, go and play a little bit of that over there. It was a nice summery day. It wasn't in summer. Summery day when we moved in, so we went to play some, and then all these kids just came over and started giving us shit. And I don't know, there must have been about 6 of us, and the 6 fully grown men, like 19, 20, 21, that was a quality goal. And then these 7 or 8 little kids who, I don't know, must have ranged from about 10 to 14 or something like that. And I was just thinking to myself, when I was 14, or when I was 10, when I was any of them ages, not even being the oldest, I wouldn't have had the balls at all to go up to like a gang of fully grown lads and just start giving them shit. And they were just giving us beef for playing with a frisbee first of all. And fair enough, it's not most lads play footy. But there's... Oh, that was a delicate little chip, that, wasn't it? Nice one, Morales. I didn't expect that to go in at all. Fair enough that we're not playing... Cheeky, we got a trophy for that. That was cheeky. Fair enough that we weren't playing football or something like that, but we were just standing there, chucking the frisbee about and messing around and stuff like that. And these little kids came over and started giving us cheek and calling, "Oh, girl, you're playing your frisbee." But they don't say it like a little kid would say it, like back when we did. Like, they've got a mouth like an absolute gutter, and I was just absolutely blown away by it. Calling me, I'm not even going to say it in this because I don't know how old some of the people are who watch that video, and like I swear occasionally and say, "Oh, fucking hell, what's this?" But some of the shit that they were coming out of with was absolutely unreal. And again, it just makes you think, like, who is bringing these people up? Shall I send Jeremy Kyle round with this big net to come and collect your whole family? Or something like that. And they're like throwing sweets at us and stuff, and it's just mind-blowing, some of the kids that these days when they're alive. When I think back, I used to go and play in the street with kids who lived in my street as well, because everyone was sort of like a similar age. Don't rage quit, I'm enjoying this story. Hopefully, he's rage quit. Okay, well, we're just going to finish the story off anyway. So I assume most of you don't watch this for the gameplay. So I've been thinking about what I'd do if this happened again, and like I've watched Neptune and Ransom, and he just kind of carries on. So we are just going to kind of carry on. What was I up to? We were in the park and we were getting bullied by these little kids, and now again I was thinking that it's a bit weird and stuff like that. And then a couple of weeks ago it snowed. When I say snowed, it absolutely fucking chucked it down all night. There was about 6 inches of snow on the floor after a couple of hours. And my girlfriend was over and we wanted to go and get a Chinese. And a couple of mates decided to get involved in the Chinese. We watched the film and stuff like that. So we walked down the road to the local Chinese and went to the cash point and got some money out to pay for it. And while we were getting to the cash point, there was little kids in front of us, and we got round the corner to like the front of shops and stuff like that. There was a massive gang of them, and there was this reasonably old fella, must have been out 50, maybe getting on for 60, getting money out, and they were just pelting the poor guy with snowballs. And it was just like, have a bit of respect for people that are older than you, for like older people, first of all. And then it was just like, no matter how old he is, it's just a bit of a dick move. And me and my mates had been messing about with snowballs while we were walking down, so I had a snowball in my hand, and one of the kids turned around and see me and was like, "Oh mate, that fucking lad's got a snowball in his hand," in his like Yorkshire accent rather than Scouse, obviously. And they was said to me, "If that snowball comes past this lamppost, you've declared war." And I was just like, "Are you actually serious?" Again, there's 2 grown men, like fully grown 40-year-old men, 50-year-old men at this cash point getting money out, and then there's a group of about 4 or 5 19-year-old lads, and you being 12 are going to start a fight with us. So I was a bit mind blown, and then being pissed off with all these kids from it accumulating, when one of them threw a snowball at me and it flew past my head, I got absolutely pissed off, and I'd had this snowball that I had in my hand for about 5 minutes maybe, messing about with it and rolling up, so it was like an absolute block of ice. So in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have threw this snowball, but I was pissed off and I pulled my arm back and absolutely launched it as hard as I could. And there was this little kid who just absolutely froze. I say little kid, he must have been about 14 or something like that. He wasn't too little, he still knew what he was doing, and he knew he was being an absolute arsehole. And he was standing behind the lamppost, and it was the one who'd said it. And it absolutely rocketed at his face, and he froze like I don't know, something that freezes, like an ice pop, like a lolly ice. So he was just frozen to the spot, and this snowball was flying straight at his face, and luckily it hit the lamppost and just shattered into loads of pieces, but it would have knocked the kid's teeth out, and like in hindsight it's probably a good job that it didn't hit him, because I don't know, his dad will have come down and stabbed me or chopped me finger off or something stupid like that, bricked me windows or something. But the fact that all of it built up, these kids being absolute arseholes to me nearly knocking one of their teeth out with a snowball, was just absolutely hilarious. So we went in and got our Chinese and stuff like that, and then as we come out, they just started pelting us with snowballs, and I don't know how stupid they are, and if they have some learning difficulties or something like that, but if someone's just nearly knocked your teeth out, the thing that you don't do is go and start a fight with them again. But we sort of just took in our stride, and being the more mature ones, having chucked a snowball at his face, realised it probably wasn't the best idea to start beating them up when I realised that I could have fucking knocked the kid's teeth out. Just ignored them and walked up the road, and had a nice Chinese, so it wasn't too bad. But just kids are like, I don't understand where they get the logic from, and like what the parents are doing, what morals they're instilling into the kids and stuff like that. I don't know if you've experienced it yourselves, if you're that age and you're one of the better kids, I suppose you could say, and you can just tell the scallies around by yours. But let me know what you think in the comment section. This video is cracking on a bit now with me talking, not over gameplay, so I'm probably going to cut it off there. Just thought I'd let you know a nice little funny story about me nearly knocking some kids' teeth out, and just that I think kids these days, if you are one of them kids as well and you're listening to this, just in a couple of years you'll really regret what you were doing and just think, fucking hell, I was an absolute twat. Because I know quite a few people who were absolute arseholes in school and have changed around now because they just realised how much of a knobhead they were. So I would recommend doing that. But this commentary was cracking on. I did ask for some questions because I didn't think this story would last the whole 20 minutes, and I was going to finish them off in like the 70th minute of the game and stuff like that, and crack on with some questions. But I'll answer them in the next one of these when I do it, so apologies for not answering your questions. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, lads. It's a little bit different. I'm hopefully be getting better with me live com skills and storytelling. If you've got any recommendations for improvements, just drop them in the comment sections, and I'm happy to take on board your criticism. As you can see, now that we have jumped through, we did get that 6-1 win, got ourselves 472 coins, and if we advance, it should show us that we are only 3 points away from promotion, which is pretty good. Yep. So we need one more win. Hopefully it won't be another rage quit, and we'll get a full video out for once. But anyway, lads, thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, do be sure to give it a like. Check out FIFA Coin Traders if you are looking to buy some FIFA coins. Thanks for watching, lads, and I will see you next time.